Welcome, everyone, to Monday Morning Morons for November 6, 2017. Let's begin this week with a quick look at the ongoing witch hunt. Now, I'm not going to go through every one of these stories or anything. That would take forever because there's just so many of them. They're all linked below if you want to read up on them, though. I just wanted to point out that in each of these cases, there has been absolutely zero evidence presented. Not one shred of proof that these things actually occurred. Just an accusation from a woman, or in some cases, more than one woman. Now, I'm not saying that all these men are innocent. They may very well, in fact, be guilty as hell. But all the press, all the attention, all the hate directed towards these men, ruining their lives and their careers. And yet, not a single verifiable shred of evidence at all. Pretty extreme for a society that's supposed to be a patriarchy rape culture that doesn't take this shit seriously, wouldn't you say? At this point, is there really any question anymore? This is a witch hunt. Some of these accusations may well be true, many of them are likely not, and others in this hashtag #MeToo shit are clearly just women whining about insignificant and fictional shit to grab some attention and sympathy. Well, fear not, ladies, the backlash is coming. Director and producer Brett Ratner has filed suit against a woman he says defamed him by alleging he raped her. You see, men will only be pushed so far before they push back. Now, I don't know if he did or didn't rape this woman. To be clear, if he did, then he should be in jail, and I fully support that. However, if he didn't, then why shouldn't there be consequences for her falsely accusing him of a serious crime? Why shouldn't she have to prove her claim? Maybe when we get back to the legal principles this country values, like innocent until proven guilty, attention whores looking for sympathy, a few victim points, and 5 minutes in the spotlight will think twice before lashing out with unsubstantiated claims. Let's go from one brewing backlash to another. White sociology professor, it's racist for whites to have mixed-race children. Daniels started her thread as a response to a tweet by Crystal Fleming, an associate professor of sociology and Africana studies at the State University of New York, Stony Brook. Fleming had asked how people cope who have lost family and friends for challenging white racism. For context, this is the same professor others were reporting on last week who supported the progressive stacking in her classroom by only calling on men to answer questions or contribute their input if she has to. As you can see from her tweets, the mere existence of white people is the problem. White people having white kids perpetuates white supremacy. Mix white blood with any other? Yeah, that's also white supremacy. You see, idiot, this is the kind of bullshit that encourages the alt-right white identitarian ethno-statists. You are telling them exactly what they already think. You are pitching the very white genocide narrative they require to coalesce into the very thing you want them to be. You are creating white supremacists with this shit. Stop it, you fucking idiots. Next, we go from morons creating a backlash to morons bitching about one. Muslim Americans again brace for backlash after New York attack. As you can see, NBC isn't at all worried about yet another Muslim terror attack. No. Clearly, that's the most insignificant part of this whole story. Dead people? Pfft, who cares, right, NBC? The real problem is that their fellow Americans just might be getting a little fed up with the jihad being waged against them by the religion of peace and say mean things about Muslims. In the wake of Tuesday's attack, some Muslim Americans and community leaders expressed concerns over how their religion would be perceived and whether Muslims would become targets of violence. There has been a history of sort of blowback, and that's obviously going to be something that people think about, said Ali Najmi, a board member of the Muslim Democratic Club of New York. A history of blowback. You know where blowback comes from? You know what precedes a backlash against Muslims? Attacks by Muslims. I mean, there can't be a backlash without a preceding action, can there? Wouldn't be a backlash then, would it? Look, I'm not saying every Muslim should be rounded up and killed or any such crap like that.
You can't show barbaric idiots that their ideology is fucking stupid by doing exactly the same thing. Just doesn't work like that. What I am saying is, Islam must change. The religion itself must undergo a reformation to become more civilized. Either that or Muslims leave the rest of the world no other option. You cannot expect to go on killing everyone else, labeling everyone else kafir to make it okay, trying to subjugate everyone else, and think everyone else is just going to sit idly by, turn the other cheek, and allow it. Your religion has declared war on us. This is what that war looks like. If you don't like it, then back the fuck off and leave us alone. Worship your God in your mosques, praise your prophet all you like, I don't care. But if you keep insisting the rest of us join you or die, well, you're going to get a backlash. You choose where we go from here. Follow the Christian example. Change your religion to reflect the peaceful message you claimed it has, or you reap the whirlwind. What's in the toxic masculinity bag this week, Bob? A Long Island college student has admitted to smothering her newborn daughter and discarding the baby's body in a trash bag. Sharon Sudat pleaded guilty in Nassau County Court on Friday to first-degree manslaughter and could face 8 years in prison. She will be sentenced under the plea deal in January and remains free on $1 million bond. Newsday reports the 21-year-old woman could have faced 25 years to life in prison if she were convicted of murder at trial. Crying and shaking in her seat, Sudat admitted that in March 2016, she wrapped the newborn in sheets and blankets, placed her hand over the baby's mouth, then put her body in a garbage bag. Police found the baby on the back deck of Sudat's home in Glenhead. This is the kind of thing that happens when you simply do not value any human life but your own. But hey, men are the toxic ones, right, feminists? Femininity is all about peace and love and nurturing, right? Tell me again about those stereotypes you're trying to get rid of by perpetuating them. Okay, wow, it just kind of dawned on me, this has been kind of a serious week here. How about you give us a bit of good news, Bob? Whiteness Journal mysteriously goes dark after exposure. You may not remember this journal. I mentioned it in the October 2nd Monday Morning Morons. Campus Reform revealed at the time that this so-called academic journal published 2 articles just days after they were submitted, which revealed that any claimed academic review process very likely never actually happened. Well, good news. That article seems to have worked. As Campus Reform now reports, since then, Whiteness in Education has not published any new articles, despite its history of publishing throughout October in years past. The journal has also gone dark on social media, and the editors have not published any updates on the journal's news section. Too early to tell, really, if it's going to just go away for good, or if they might be going quiet temporarily in order to review and correct their academic review process. If they go dark for good, then at least they aren't spreading more disinformation disguised as academic study. If they are revamping their system, well, hopefully they actually implement real peer review and stuff they publish won't be just complete and total horseshit anymore. Either way, it's a good news for us. Okay, Bob, this week has been way too serious. Let's wrap it all up with a good laugh. Give us something really, really stupid. MSNBC's Eli Stokols, mad Trump didn't want death penalty for already dead Vegas shooter. You mean Trump didn't ask for a dead guy to get a death sentence? That bastard! You gotta wonder, when your reporters are this god-awful wrong, why are you still paying them? I mean, bias is one thing, but good fucking grief, man. We need to resurrect this guy and give him the damn death penalty. Ah, shit, that's a good one. Remember your mantra, folks. Women are victims, men are oppressors, and feminism is just about equality. I'll see you all next time.